You're not just waking up. You're stepping into a higher consciousness that very few ever reach. But here's the hard truth. Despite this spiritual awakening, something invisible is blocking your growth. You feel stuck, trapped in a loop that you can't quite see or explain. Chosen ones, the very path meant to set you free, might be quietly sabotaging your progress. Today, you'll discover the secret trap holding you back and exactly how to break free, reclaim your power, and finally rise beyond your limits. When the journey of awakening begins, it feels like a door opening to new worlds of possibility. Your mind expands, your heart softens, and you begin craving a life that feels more authentic, more meaningful, more aligned with your true self. You dive into meditation, self-help books, online teachings, and spiritual communities, hungry for answers, transformation, and peace. Yet, after months or even years, many feel stuck, like running in place on a spinning wheel, where growth seems slow or even frozen. This isn't the failure of your intention or dedication. It's a hidden trap. The spiritual awakening trap. Imagine you're climbing a mountain, breathing heavily, eager to reach the summit. Halfway up, you realize the path you've been following circles back to the base camp. Frustration builds. You thought you were ascending, but you've been walking in a loop. That loop is the spiritual comfort zone, where growth feels safe and familiar, but is actually stagnant. This trap often wears a friendly mask. It convinces you that you're progressing because you're learning new philosophies or practicing mindfulness daily. But beneath the surface, your old habits, limiting beliefs, and emotional wounds remain unchallenged. Real transformation requires more than spiritual knowledge. It demands action, confrontation, and rewiring at the core. Here's the twist that shocks many. Your own awakening can become a form of resistance. It becomes a shield that protects your ego from uncomfortable truths. You may collect spiritual tools and insights, but when life tests you, through difficult relationships, unexpected failures, or inner fears, you find yourself repeating the same old patterns. The ego cleverly uses spiritual ideas to justify staying stuck. For example, you might hear something like, "I'm just observing my emotions without judgment," which is beautiful. But if that observation never turns into change, if you remain passive in the face of challenges, that's spiritual bypassing. It's when spiritual knowledge is used to avoid facing pain or personal responsibility. And this is a powerful growth blocker. You might also notice a tendency to seek comfort in spirituality alone, through meditation, affirmations, or a community, but resist the hard work of transforming your daily habits, mindset, and behaviors. The moment the real world demands courage or confrontation, you withdraw into spiritual ideas instead of facing the fire. Picture the awakening process like a seed sprouting underground. You can't see it, but under the soil, roots are growing, stretching, and breaking through tough layers. The spiritual awakening trap is like compacted earth, blocking these roots from growing deeper. You may feel growth above ground, small shoots of peace or insight, but the roots are stuck. Without breaking that soil, the seedling can't reach the sun fully. So, how do you know if you're caught in this trap? Here are signs many miss. You read or watch spiritual content daily, yet old emotional wounds keep resurfacing without healing. You feel inspired in quiet moments, but as soon as challenges arise, you fall into familiar reactive patterns. Your spiritual practice feels more like a comfort zone than a catalyst for real change. You intellectualize awakening but rarely embody its principles in your daily choices. You find yourself attracted to new spiritual teachers or ideas, often but never fully commit to transforming your core habits. Recognizing this pattern is a crucial breakthrough. Awareness of the trap is the first step in breaking free. This moment is like waking from a dream. Suddenly, you see the invisible walls holding you back. Let's talk about what real spiritual growth looks like beyond this trap. It's messy. It's uncomfortable. It asks you to meet your shadows, your fears, insecurities, and ego patterns head on. It's about consistent, intentional effort to shift your behavior, not just your thoughts. Growth asks you to bring your higher consciousness into everyday life. How you communicate, how you manage stress, how you make decisions. Not just in meditation, but in how you react when your patience is tested or your values challenged. Think of a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. The struggle inside the cocoon is necessary. Without that tension, the wings don't develop strong enough to fly. Similarly, your spiritual growth requires tension, resistance, and uncomfortable truths. Here's an example from a story I've seen again and again. Someone dedicates years to spiritual study, practices mindfulness, and tries to stay positive. Yet, when a relationship ends or work gets stressful, they spiral into old fears and self-doubt. They wonder, why am I not better by now? The truth is they were in the trap, focusing on surface-level peace but avoiding deep emotional healing. Breaking free means embracing discomfort as a sign of growth, not failure. It means using spiritual awareness as a tool for action and transformation, not an escape hatch. This is where most people need a new approach, one that blends awakening with grounded practices. Setting intentional goals, seeking accountability, and building resilience. It's about aligning your mind, emotions, and actions with the vision of who you truly want to become. This path isn't about perfection or rushing to an enlightened state. It's about showing up every day, imperfectly but intentionally. It's about choosing growth even when it's uncomfortable, messy, and slow. And here's a little humor. If spiritual awakening was easy, everyone would be enlightened by now. Instead, it's like training for a marathon while juggling flaming torches. Challenging, but transformative. So, if you feel stuck, frustrated, or like you're spinning in circles despite your spiritual work, you're not broken. You're in the spiritual awakening trap. And now you have the key to unlock it. The greatest truth is this: you are far more powerful than any trap that holds you. The moment you recognize the trap, its power over you weakens. Your spiritual awakening isn't a destination but a continuous journey of evolution. Now is the time to step off the treadmill, to rewrite your story by combining deep awareness with brave, consistent action. The breakthrough you seek isn't about escaping discomfort. It's about walking through it with courage and self-compassion. You are not alone on this path. Every chosen one faces moments of doubt and struggle, but those are the signs you're growing. Take this moment to commit to your growth, not just spiritually, but fully as a human being ready to thrive in every area of life. Thank you for watching this all the way through. If this spoke to your heart, please like and subscribe. Join this growing community of awakened souls committed to breaking free and rising higher every day. Remember, your true potential awaits. It's time to step into it.